So it took everything in me not to point and laugh in the faces of coworkers this morning at the office who were all crying and bitching about how they've lost thousands or tens of thousands of dollars in the last 3 days in the stock market.
Let me explain why the real point of these tariffs is just to make rich people richer. If you look at when the billionaire class accumulates the vast majority of their wealth, it is not when the market is doing well, it's when it crashes.
Donald Trump's own supporters are now turning on him after Trump crashed the stock market and lost them a bunch of money in their retirement accounts. Just look at some of these Maga Twitter accounts and what they're saying to Donald Trump. For example, this person, at Donald Trump, I voted for you, but 30% loss of my retirement funds was not what you promised.
Things are getting intense in Trump's America, and not in a fun jalapeno on your nachos way. We're talking emotional letters, red hats clutched tight, and full-blown Dear Daddy Trump vibes. MAGA country is in the middle of an identity crisis.
So it took everything in me not to point and laugh in the faces of coworkers this morning at the office who were all crying and bitching about how they've lost thousands or tens of thousands of dollars in the last 3 days in the stock market because all of these motherfuckers voted for Donald Trump, and they like to rub it in my face when they won the election, trying to tell me that, like, hey John, you lost. And I would tell them, no, sorry buddy, I didn't lose, America lost. And it didn't even take a few months for them to realize that they lost by having Donald Trump win the election. You see, these people and MAGA Donald Trump supporters, the only thing that would ever make them realize what an incredible fuck up Donald Trump is for them to experience personal pain, personal loss. They don't care how much Donald Trump hurt other people. But now, because of these ridiculous bullshit tariffs, it's hitting their pocketbook. It's hitting their retirement, and now they're in a tizzy. Now they're pissed off. These people made this bed, and now they're going to sleep in it. And that's what it is. Throw me a follow.
The same crowd that once chanted, "Build that wall," is now posting open letters that sound like breakup notes. We believed in you. We trusted you. Now we're broke. It's the kind of plot twist even Netflix would pass on for being too obvious. But here's the punchline. Donald, I alone can fix it. Trump isn't replying. He's not reading your letters. He's not even pretending to care. Let's be honest. If empathy were money, Trump would owe more than his casinos ever did.
Let me explain why the real point of these tariffs is just to make rich people richer. If you look at when the billionaire class accumulates the vast majority of their wealth, it is not when the market is doing well, it's when it crashes. You just need to look at the trillions of dollars accumulated by Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos during the pandemic. That's because they know how to take advantage of normal working class people when they get afraid and desperate. When we watch our retirement accounts and our life savings get cut in half, it is not uncommon for people to want to jump out of the market, to sell what they have and hide their money because they literally cannot afford to lose it all. That means stock prices go way down from where they naturally should be, and the wealthy people who can afford to play around with all that money and all that capital, that's when they buy them all up. And I'm not speculating. Trump himself gave a quote where he said, I don't understand why wealthy people are upset right now. You buy in the dip and you make money. This is good for you. So don't buy the BS, because it's not about us. It's about making himself and his rich friends richer.
Donald Trump's own supporters are now turning on him after Trump crashed the stock market and lost them a bunch of money in their retirement accounts. Just look at some of these MAGA Twitter accounts and what they're saying to Donald Trump. For example, this person, at Donald Trump, I voted for you, but 30% loss of my retirement funds was not what you promised. Or this person, at Donald Trump, recall the tariffs. You cost me over $3,200 in my retirement accounts on Friday, and I voted for you 3 times. You're killing us. This guy says, myself and others are now sorry we voted for you. You are killing people's retirement accounts. And there's a lot more where that came from. This guy says, thanks for effing up everybody's retirement, effing up our life savings, for ruining a fun weekend with basketball, etc. Some of us don't have time to wait on a recovery, and I voted for you. Fix it, stop the victory lap, and fix it. And one last one. This person says, Mr. President, I enthusiastically voted for you, but you are failing baby boomers with your constant flip-flopping on tariffs. Collectively today, those who are either retired or planning to will lose billions of dollars in their retirement accounts. Again, all of these people are proudly saying, hey, I voted for Donald Trump. Many of them have done so 3 times now, and Trump is losing them tens of thousands of dollars in the stock market just like that. Trump is screwing over his own supporters, and I don't think that that's a recipe for success.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Why the regret all of a sudden? Why are Trump voters, who once rocked their loyalty like a badge of honor or a Rambo-style Trump tee, now clutching their wallets, asking themselves where it all went sideways? Simple. FAFO. That's what happened. These folks didn't just back Trump, they idolized him. They truly believed that putting a serially bankrupt billionaire in charge would turn their lives into some kind of gold-plated success story, while the rest of us liberals sat around with our avocado toast and oat milk tears. But life, as it turns out, had other plans.
This is what you voted for. He told you many times that he was going to implement these tariffs throughout his campaign. He campaigned on it. But you voted for him because you wanted to fuck other people over. And once it fucked you over, then you got upset. And now you want to have Democrats in office. It's funny how that works, isn't it? You're okay with other people being fucked over, but once it's you, it's a tragedy. What about all the people that were fucked over and sent to El Salvador illegally? Do you care about them? Of course not. You only care because now you can't retire. I'm not going to break bread with people who only have changed sides because they have a personal interest now. They're not good allies. It does suck for the people whose retirements were drained that did not vote for this. I do feel bad for them. But for the rest of you that jumped into the ocean with your clothes on and now are complaining that you're wet,
Turns out, giving power to a con man who once ran a fake university doesn't end in prosperity or unity. Shocking, right? Now the stock market's tanking like it just got ghosted, retirement accounts are evaporating faster than Trump's tax records, and everyday Americans are realizing that eating 2 full meals a day is starting to feel luxurious. Here's the kicker. The same people who wanted to own the libs are now getting steamrolled by reality. It's like booking a first-class ticket to paradise and ending up stuck in a storm during a Spirit Airlines layover. But let's be real. Regret is human. People get fooled. The bigger issue isn't that Trump voters got conned. Con men do what they do. The problem is they were warned, loudly and repeatedly. Economists, ex-allies, foreign policy experts, and basically anyone who's read a book not ghostwritten by Trump's PR team waved every red flag. But those warnings were drowned out by Maga chants. Now, the consequences have arrived, with interest. We're watching what happens when a cult of personality replaces common sense, when branding takes priority over basic governance. And as tempting as it is to say, "We told you so," it's more alarming than satisfying. Because when the economy crashes, we all feel it. When division grows, democracy suffers. What makes this moment so important is the choice ahead. Will these voters finally connect the dots? Or will they keep blaming everyone but the man who sold them the American dream and delivered a bargain bin reality? Because this isn't a reality show, even if it's being run like one. No quick cuts, no do-overs, no commercial breaks once the damage sets in. Maybe, just maybe, the MAGA honeymoon is over. Maybe the glitter's wearing off. Maybe people are waking up asking themselves, wait, did we really gamble our future on the guy who sells Trump-branded steaks? So now what? Will disillusioned supporters join the rest of us in demanding actual leadership? Or will they keep sipping the Kool-Aid, now watered down with their own tears? And for the rest of us, popcorn in hand, the real question is, how many times does America have to touch the stove before realizing it's still hot? If you like this political plot twist, hit that subscribe button and follow Gadget Zap. Because trust me, the chaos isn't slowing down anytime soon.